the end to make threes in that game because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
Pass to Freak, releases. Milwaukee. No good that time either.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Baseline jumper. That one a little long. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. The shot's good from Bayless. And so here is Houston, trailing by 2. Last time they met in Houston.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Yeah, and when you think about it, Greg, there was some really sloppy basketball being played by them, and they recognized that had they played a cleaner game, they could have gotten the win.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves. Thinks that the Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say a platoon swap here for Milwaukee. The Rockets also changing it up. Dwight Howard's checked in for Monty Eunice. Ariza comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Harden in for Corey Brewer. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Freak is out there with Carter Williams. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Plumlee sets the pick for Freak. Three-pointer. Stolen by Harden. Passes to Ariza. Back to Harden. The 3. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
Boy, they're getting a bunch more threes up here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and they're getting trigger happy. You can't win the game with one shot. You've got to vary it up. Challenge the defense.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Harden. Parker, a screen on Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Freak. Here's Plumlee. Rebound by Smith. Rockets trail by 4. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons had a huge game. He picked up 10 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
And remember last year, the Rockets signing Josh Smith after he was waived last season. Picked him up with their biannual exception. A nice low-risk move for adding athleticism, defense, and just pure talent to their front court.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and Godlock subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Craig you're right about Josh Smith, not the most efficient scorer throughout his career. But, Clark, the Rockets are all about efficiency.
They really are. They're very numbers-centric in that organization. Not a natural fit, but maybe they can influence him to become more selective with his shots, and that's the key, Kevin.
Here's Freak. Good work defensively by Harden. The Rockets trail. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Capella kicks to Ariza. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Ariza's got 5 now. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
They set the pick. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Terrific design on the pick play. And he lays it in.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
A shot by Harden. Wide open. Good on the three-point shot. Harden's got the lead up to 1 now for Houston.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now here's Freak. He's tightly guarded. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way, no doubt. They've been winning on the backcourt.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been... And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Josh, you guys seemed intent on getting this win tonight. How important a game was this to this team?
Most definitely. I mean, this game is important as the next. We really need this win. I'm pretty sure they need it too. So, you know, you expect a good show out of all of us.
2 hungry teams, no doubt about it, Josh. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. I'll say this. We kept a very tight handle on the basketball, and that's something I always like to see. The fewer turnovers, the better, obviously. Keep your heads on a swivel out there. But I can't bash what we did on offense. We were in good sync at that end. Let's make sure we stay that way. And let's try to play the second half at a moderate pace. Not too slow, but not too fast that it turns into a shootout. That's not what we want. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
And now, your Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Substitution here for Milwaukee. Henson's checked in for Monroe. Plumlee comes in for Parker. Jared Bayless has checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Freak subbed in for Carter Williams. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Moniunas comes in for Michael Beasley. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Godlock subbed in for James Harden. Taking a look at the Rockets. Patrick Beverly out there with Andrew Godlock. Then there's Moniunas. Then there's Brewer. And it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. Henson dishes to Bayless. Here's Freak. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Offensive rebound. Hook shot. And Henson sends it back. And oh, here we go with Bayless. Nobody back. Plays it in off the breakaway. Bayless has got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide.
Beverly wide open. A three-pointer off the mark.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Freak. 6 points for him. Plumlee with a screen on Beverly. And it's Bayless in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Plumlee with the screen. Bayless the pass to Freak. With 1 on the clock. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Tear that rim up, big fella.
For the Milwaukee Bucks, they won their last contest. That game against the Detroit Pistons.
And across the board in that game, guys, they shot the lights out.
Rarely do you see a team shoot like that from everybody. I mean, they were getting scoring from every position all over the court.
For Houston, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. And that one falls for Brewer. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Here's Freak. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Milwaukee on top. They're up by 1. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game.
A few minutes passed by, I hear a buzzing noise. It was that trick with some of ignorance's voice.
The Rockets shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Jabari Parker is out there at Greg Monroe. And it's Carter Williams in at the point. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Harden. Milwaukee with the rebound. Monroe's got 5 rebounds tonight. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Carter Williams, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Defensively, they've played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
That free throw good from Carter Williams.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
And that one's good. Parker.
You know, it's a pretty poor display for the lead, and now the shots are starting to fall.
Yeah, it was a complete brick city in that first, but they've turned it around here.
Of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter.
Move the ball.
Beasley with the steal. It's Harden with the drive. Stolen by Monroe. Now here's Carter Williams. So we see the Rockets get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances. And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.